Pleased to like to get today's luncheon started. It's the first basketball media luncheon of the year. Today we're joined by the women's team with senior forward Vanessa Vandeventer. She's an economics and business major from Tannersville, Pennsylvania. Vandy's coming off a 19-point game at Penn. To her right is junior forward Emily Garner, an economics and business major from Fairfax Station, Virginia. She scored a career-high 20 points last night at Penn. And head coach Tammy Smith, who's in her 7th season. The women are 6-3 after a 71-65 or 56 win at Penn last night. And Tammy, if you could you kind of recap your season and talk a little bit about the upcoming schedule, especially with Vermont on Saturday?
6-3, my goodness. This is a first. I can honestly say this is the first media luncheon I've sat in that we were actually having a winning record, which is outstanding. So obviously we're very excited about where we are right now. Before I continue, I just want to congratulate Fran and his staff and his players for their exciting start to their season and their big game against Rutgers last night. To play against a team in the Big East like they did shows a lot about the character of them and the players. So, you know, they were picked to come in last, but boy, I'll tell you what, teams are going to have to be really at the top of their game to beat these guys. So that's good to see. And we feel extremely excited about, you know, our team right now, where we are, the direction that we're going in, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a great experience for myself, a great experience for them. And honestly, it's about change. And I learned a real good lesson in life a couple months ago about having fun and enjoying what you're doing. And I changed my coaching so that I could get more out of my players. And I'm still tough and I'm still hard on them, but you know what? It's fun and it's okay to smile. And that's how they go out and play every day. So good for them. No one deserves it more than they do. As far as, you know, our trip to Vermont, you know, we're really excited about playing them this weekend. We lost to them at our place last year by about 10. And all we had to do was learn how to win. And I think our Princeton game, that was the turning point for us. And winning's a process. It doesn't just happen for you. And last year we learned to win at home, and now we're learning to win on the road, and that's been outstanding. And I can't compliment these two as well as, you know, everybody else on the team that comes in and works as hard as they do every single day. Like Phil said, I have Vandy here and Garner. Yes, they do have first names, but they're never called by those names anywhere that we go because I probably would forget them. But kudos to them. They've been outstanding. We can't ask any more from Vandy than what she's giving us, other than to continue what she's giving us for the next 20 games or so, which I don't think is asking too much. And Garner coming back off a mono and then a foot injury, and you know, her finally getting into playing the way that she can in games. She had an outstanding game yesterday. You know, we'll keep looking forward to what she has to offer for us and the success of the team. And just one other comment before I turn it over to Fran. You know, right now we're starting 2 freshmen in the lineup, and it just goes to show you something about these individuals, who they are, and they understand that, you know, those guys are going to help us be successful. And, you know, you don't hear anybody complaining or, you know, crying about how come they're not in the starting lineup, which is outstanding, and that's a tribute to who these guys are and their 14 teammates. So we're excited about, again, where we are and what we're looking to do, and we'll just keep working hard. Thank you.
All right, down on the men's side, we're joined by senior forward Matt Bentley, who's immediately coming around. He's an economics major from Mount Laurel, New Jersey, and junior guard David Brown, an anthropology and sociology major from Littleton, Colorado. And in his 13th season as head coach Fran O'Hanlon, the men are 5-3. They're coming off a 90-79 loss at Rutgers last night, and the Leopards travel to Columbia on Saturday. Fran, I'd ask you the same thing. Could you kind of take a look back at, you know, the first 8 games of the season and kind of look ahead to for us?
Well, coming into this season, we knew our first 7 out of 8 games were at home. We had to get off to a good start, which we did. Someone was asking me earlier, what do we attribute that to? I think the senior and our junior leadership here, the guys that have been through this, you know, the last few years, and also I think our opportunity to go overseas and come together as a group really has helped us in getting off to a good start. We won 4 in a row before last night, but I think last night we saw difference in our team from previous years. Last night's team came out with a lot of poise. Even when we got behind, we got back in the game. It just is, it's a different team. It's a better team than we've had over the last few years here, and I think that there's still room for improvement, but we like where we are right now. And Matt, I think, has done a great job leading us, and the other 4 seniors, and Andrew Brown has done a great job for us. Our season, and we don't want to look too far ahead. We want to look just to Columbia right now. We start 8 road games in a row, which obviously is going to be a challenge for us. But after watching us last night, I think that we're going to be fine on the road. As long as we continue to defend and rebound like we did in the first half last night, and play together and play with the poise that we played. So I like where our team is up to this point. I don't think too much about where we've been picked. None of those things really matter to us. It's going to be how we're playing by the time we get to league.
Any questions for the men or the women?
I talked on the radio this morning about Buckridge that didn't cooperate with your game plan last night. When that happens, just from a coaching standpoint, what did you talk about in the locker room at halftime?
Well, one of the things that we talked about before we went out there is going to have to make adjustments. Like we had a plan of going underneath the ball screens, and because we look at the stats, and they were not shooting the ball particularly well. And you kind of have to pick. You can't have it all. You can't press up on the outside and then sink inside. So that's what our plan was, to just try to contain them as best we could on the inside. And they came out and they were on fire, as we know. As a coach, we still believe that we should still approach it the same way. Just pay a little bit more attention to the kid Chandler. But we didn't change too much at halftime, and I certainly couldn't get on because that was our plan coming into the game, that we have to do a job of trying to contain them, and that was our plan. We didn't expect them to shoot 90% from the foul line either. We didn't defend the foul shot nearly as well as we should have. Especially when they start banking them.